Yeah, Joel, it's Margot. Anything back from the airlines yet? Okay, we'll stay on him. And listen, will you check reservations under Sabrina's last name as well as Tonio's domestic, international, Reyes Management, and also private lines as well as commercial lines, right? Yeah. Yeah, Duncan is through customs at O'Hare, so he should be headed back to Oakdale now with the proof we need to nail Tonio. And we have got to nail Tonio this time. Got to make sure he doesn't get out of the country. So listen, Bob is still in surgery. Mac and I will be here for another couple of hours. Call us here if there's anything. Great, bye.
If something happens to Sabrina, Tonio is going to pay for this. I will see to it. What if my dad likes it?
Honey, he's going to pull through. Gotta believe that.
Courtney and Ellen are on their way home. Promised I'd call them as soon as Bob's out of surgery. Where's Mom?
She says she needed to be alone for a while. I think she's probably gone out to the chapel.
Hey, I was at the cellar when Lisa got Tom's call. Bob's been shot. What's going on? Well, as much as we can figure, Tonio did it.
So Bob's still in surgery. John's assisting, and Dr. Ripley's performing the surgery.
But did the police have any idea who would do this?
We're not really sure, but we think it was Tonio.
Tonio? Why?
Well, Duncan found some documents in Edinburgh that prove conclusively that Tonio's entire business has been bankrolled by James Stenbeck.
But we can't arrest Tonio until we have the actual proof in our hands. So anyway, when I heard from Duncan, I called Bob right away to let him know, and as far as we can figure, he went over to Tonio's penthouse and wanted to warn Sabrina. That's where it happened.
Lord. We don't know everything that happened. Apparently, Tonio felt backed into a corner and shot my dad.
Yeah, now he's disappeared. He's probably trying to get out of the country. If he does have Sabrina with him, then either she doesn't know what Tonio did to Bob, or he's holding her against her will.
Oh, no. Kim, oh, darling. Oh, I just heard what happened. Now, don't you worry. Bob's going to be all right. He just has to be.
Hello. Duncan, where are you? Are you all right?
I'm on Lucinda's jet. I'm fine. I'll be landing in Oakdale in about 15 minutes. You know, I've left messages for you all over town.
Well, I was in court all day, and then I was out at the Snyder farm. I hate to ask this, but did you find the proof you were after?
Indeed, I did. The proof so airtight, not even Tonio is going to be able to squirm out of this one. Our friend Mr. Reyes is going to spend a very long time behind bars. He'll never be able to hurt anyone again.
Sabrina, really, why don't you wait until we land in Montega? The connection on these phones is so bad.
I know, but I don't want to put it off any longer.
You said you left a note for your family.
Oh, it was so vague. I was in such a hurry. I really want to speak with him personally. Strange, no one seems to be home.
Oh, well, why don't you hang up and we can try later?
Joyce? It's Sabrina. You sound out of breath. Is something the matter?
As the world turns. This portion brought to you today by Head & Shoulders Dry Scalp Shampoo. Helps protect your scalp's natural moisture balance.
Oh, I forgot that you were going to take Chris to your parents for dinner. Did you have a good time? Are my mother or father there? No, Tonio and I had to cancel our dinner party.
Put that down.
Oh. So you know that Duncan has uncovered evidence linking you to Stenbeck, don't you? That's why you're running away.
Put down the phone now.
So, unfortunately, they can't reach me. Would you just tell them that I'll phone back in a couple of hours? Thanks, Joyce. Goodbye. That's odd. The whole family seems to be out somewhere.
Oh, well, they probably took advantage of the fact that Joyce was watching Christopher and then went out to dinner together.
You're probably right. You look so worried.
I'm just worried about Ramon. Sabrina, I'm sorry. This isn't the way I envisioned our first trip to Montega.
Oh, Tonio, don't you realize by now that I want to experience everything with you? The good as well as the bad.
You really are very special. I love you.
Oh, I love you.
Here's Barbara.
Kim, I would have gotten here sooner, but I had to get Mrs. Myers to come over and stay with the baby. Is Bob out of surgery yet?
Not yet.
Franny, Lila just told me what happened. Are you okay?
Hi.
Hi.
I didn't know you were here.
Oh, well, I've been trying to stay out of the way. Is there any word yet?
He's still in surgery.
Well, look, as soon as there is some news, would you come down and tell me? I'll be in the lab.
You got it.
Thanks.
You know something? The last thing Kim needs is to have you around here now.
You know what, Lisa? I figured that out all by myself.
You know, Lisa, you didn't have to be so rude to her.
Oh, honey, you don't know the whole story.
Well, as a matter of fact, I do. And I also know that she's just as worried about Uncle Bob as the rest of us are. So for his sake, I think we should all put aside our personal differences for at least a few hours.
Lisa, I think Paul is right. How is he?
Well, Bob has made it through the surgery. There's been a lot of blood loss. The next 48 hours are going to be touch and go. He's not out of the woods yet.
Duncan! Hi.
I told you didn't have to meet me.
Well, I wanted to see for myself that you were back all in one piece. And you're lucky I'm happy to see you, otherwise I'd wring your neck for having us worry so much about you.
I know, and I'm sorry for what I put you through the last few months. It's like
That's
I've
okay.
been driven by something and I didn't even understand what it was, but I couldn't stop until I got what I was looking for, and I got it. I got evidence against Reyes that's going to put him away for good right in here.
So what is it? And how did you get it?
I'll explain it all to you in the car, and when I get this to Margot, she's been in on this since the beginning, and I know she'll be the one to want to arrest Reyes.
That was so fast. I can't believe it's all over.
Dr. Samuel said it would be a very simple procedure. I know that there's a chance that it might not work the first time, but wouldn't it be wonderful if it did? I think we're due for some good luck, don't you?
Listen, sweetheart. No matter what happens, I'm the luckiest guy in the world, see? Because I have you.
You silver-tongued devil. Listen, I have to talk to you about something.
Okay. Here, you want to sit up?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. There we go. All right, shoot.
I just wanted to tell you that I've loaned Arthur some money.
Oh,
And-
God. Are we going to bring up old Arthur at a wonderful moment like this?
No, but I just wanted to let you know. You know he's in financial difficulties.
Yeah, of course. And he comes running straight to you.
No, he didn't, actually. In fact, it was hard to convince him to take the money because he knew that you would disapprove.
Well, he was right on that point. Look, I know you and Arthur go a long ways back, and it's your money, and you don't like the dark chocolate, right? Is that? No. So, you know, whatever you want to do with your own money, that's your decision, and this is the last you'll hear of me about it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I know that Dad would have wanted me to help Arthur.
Hi, Dana.
Yeah. Hi, come on in.
How you feeling?
Fine. Actually, I feel kind of silly spending the night in the hospital when I'm perfectly healthy.
but this place feels more like a country club than a hospital anyway.
Yeah, it's everything but a golf course. You know, why don't you just think of it as a mini vacation, you know? Have a chocolate. You know, Carol and I were just talking about it. We're feeling just a little lucky today. We hope maybe it'll take on the first try.
If the pregnancy test does come out positive, you could move in with us right away. That would be good.
That's really nice of you guys, but I'm gonna have to think about that. See, I know the center's really short-staffed right now, and I figure maybe helping out there for a little while would be a great way to pay Franny back for all she's done for me.
That reminds me. I want to call some of the people back in Oakdale and let them know how things went.
You calling Franny?
No, I was going to call Tom and Margaret.
Everybody at the hospital was staring daggers at me.
Oh.
But Bob's out of surgery now, so...
He's out?
Yes, John said he made it through surgery okay, but he's lost a lot of blood, and they're very afraid of the possibility of infection. He's really strong, though, and if anybody can make it, he can. Oh, he just has to.
Susan, can you explain to me what happened? I mean, Margot told me a little bit, but I really don't know what happened.
Well, maybe that's Margot. I think she knows more than I do.
Hello?
Hey, Lila, it's Daryl. I didn't expect you to answer the phone.
Yeah, Tom and Margot are out. I'm looking after the kids.
Oh, well, listen, I just wanted everybody to know that we're here, we're okay. We did the in vitro thing, and so far, so good.
Good, good. I'll be sure to tell them.
Okay. Lila, is everything okay?
Actually, no. Bob Hughes was seriously wounded earlier. He has just undergone emergency surgery. He got through the operation okay, but he's still in critical condition.
Good Lord, what happened?
I really don't know. Listen, Susan Stewart just came over. She's going to fill me in on all that, and I'm hoping Margot will call with more news.
Okay, well, I won't keep you. Please give Kim and everybody our love and support. And how's Franny holding up?
Well, last I heard, she was at the hospital with everybody else. Yeah, I will. Okay, goodbye. It's Daryl Crawford. Now, can you tell me what happened? Hi, Lila.
Hi, Lila. We need to have a word with Tom and Margot.
They're not here. They're memorial.
Oh, did something happen to one of the kids?
No. It's Bob Hughes. Well, Susan was just about to tell me what happened.
Bob was shot.
What?
They think Tonio did it, but he's left town, and they think that he has Sabrina with him.
Here's all. Did you find out anything when we were in the cafeteria?
No, he's still in recovery. No news is good news, I guess.
Yes,
Hey.
Franny. It's Daryl.
Thanks.
Daryl?
Hi, I just heard about your father from Lila, and I just wanted to see how you're doing. How's Kim holding up?
I guess she's okay, considering. The whole family is here now. Daryl, Daddy had to have emergency surgery. He's in the recovery room now. They say he's doing okay, but it's going to be touch and go for the next 48 hours.
Franny, I am so sorry. Carol and I both are. Look, I want you to know I'm staying at the Chicago Region Hotel tonight. Will you call me if you get any more news or if there's anything I can do to help?
Yeah, sure. Listen, I'm going to let you talk to Margot now, okay? All right, thanks for calling. Bye-bye. Margot? It's Daryl.
He's been moved to ICU.
Well, can I see him?
For a moment or two. He's still unconscious.
All right. Listen, let me know if Margot finds out anything about Sabrina.
Of course.
Margot.
Okay. Margot, we heard about Bob. How is he?
Well, he made it through the surgery, but he's lost a lot of blood. He's very, very weak. They've got him in ICU.
We figured somehow Richard Tyrell got wind of what you found in Edinburgh and tipped Tonio off. Tonio tried to sneak out of town, and Bob got in the way.
So, Duncan, what about these documents you told us about? The faster we get our hands on them, the faster we can get a warrant out on Tonio.
There's enough information in these papers to put Tonio Reyes away for life. Twice over.
Oh, you are not kidding. Look at these.
Duncan, how did you find out this information?
Well, actually, we have Barbara to thank for this information. You gave Gavin Kruger the idea of checking into Brandon Kendall's law firm, since he used to represent James. These papers detail the Swiss accounts that Stenbeck had Kendall set up in Terrell's name. And Terrell's been drawing off the accounts ever since, and passing off some of the funds to Tonio Reyes, a good portion of the funds. By the way, Paul, the money in those Swiss accounts rightfully belongs to you.
Paul has no interest in touching a penny of James's dirty money.
Duncan, how much money are we exactly talking about?
Well, I'm not certain, Paul, but it's well up in the millions.
Well, now that this is all out in the open, Tonio won't have access to the money anymore, right? Without money, he's not going to get very far.
Well, that's not necessarily true, Franny. If we're right and Sabrina is with Tonio, then he's got access to all of her money.
I see lights down there. Is that Montega?
Yes, I just spoke with the pilot. He said we'll be landing in about 20 minutes. I want to rent a car as soon as we get to the airport and go right to the hospital to see Ramon.
I assume we can change our dollars into Montegan currency at the airport.
Actually, I wanted to wait until tomorrow to do that. I don't want to take the time now. I've got credit cards.
Whatever you think is best. I think I'll freshen up a bit. I do love you, Tonio. If I have trouble saying it sometimes, it's only because it's not easy for me to trust again after the way Colin deceived me.
Sabrina, I would never do anything like that to you. And I'm willing to wait as long as it takes until you believe that.
I already do believe it. I believe in you. I should warn you, my Spanish isn't very good. French and Italian, yes, but Spanish has never been one of them. What's the matter?
Damn it. I took my credit cards out of my other wallet to transfer them to this wallet. I was in such a rush, I left them on the dresser.
Oh. Well, don't worry, we have my cards. I just hope whatever hotel we go to will honor them.
Oh, I don't want to stay at a hotel our first night there. I have a friend whose family owns a group of cottages not far from my family's plantation. I thought we could stay there.
Well, that sounds perfect. And you must promise me that you'll find some time to relax on this trip. When we get back to Oakdale, I want us both refreshed and ready to take on the world. And then I know that I can convince my family that you're the man for me.
It may take a while for him to, come out of the anesthesia.
That's right, I just need to see him.
Okay. How's he doing, Marie?
Well, he hasn't regained consciousness, but his vital signs are stable.
Are you suggesting that I move out again?
No, of course not. You've only been home 2 nights. That's hardly giving it a fair try. Besides which, it would be devastating to Christopher.
Is Christopher the only reason you want me to stay?
I want you to stay because I want to try to make our marriage work again. I thought that's what you wanted, too.
You know it is.
Well, in that case, I think you need to take another look at your feelings for Susan. You have a lot of sorting out to do there. Kim told you you had to make a choice, didn't she?
Yes, but it was my decision.
Well, whatever you think is best. If we work this right, we could go for months without ever seeing each other.
The last thing I wanted to do was to hurt you like this.
Don't worry about me. I'm a big girl. I'll be fine.
But I feel responsible. Susan. Susan.
We'll continue with part 2 of As the World Turns in just a moment.
This is CBS.
Weekdays at 3 on Channel 2. And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
People say all kinds of things coming out of anesthesia.
That's all right. You don't have to make excuses for him. The important thing now is for him to get well.
I'll be outside.
I wish you could hear me. The whole family is outside waiting, praying for you. Nobody's praying any harder than I am. I love you more now than I ever have. That's saying a lot.
The last thing I want to do is make things more difficult for Kim, but I couldn't stay away.
Huh?
How's he doing?
Well, he's still unconscious, but he's stable. Ripley's main concern, and mine too, is the risk of infection, so we're going to be watching him pretty close for the next 48 hours.
Listen, I called Dr. Franz in L.A. and I postponed the trip. You may not approve of that, but I'm not leaving until I know that Bob's all right. I'll be in the lab. Call me if there's any change, okay? Hi.
Find Tonio?
Not yet, but we have an APB out on him now.
Excuse me, gotta make a call. What's he doing?
Still unconscious. Oh, Tommy. I love him so much. I'm so afraid that I'm really going to lose him.
Well, Brian and Beatrice send their love to both of you. Oh, and Gavin Kruger said to send his regards as well.
You know, it was really thoughtful of Darrell Crawford to call from Chicago. He's really grown quite close to you and your family, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has, and Carolyn too, of course. I mean, we've all gotten to be pretty close because they're so close to Margot and Tom.
Oh, right.
Listen, I just wanted you to know I've got to go downstairs and check on a patient. I'll be right back, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Excuse me, I need to talk to Duncan.
Hey, I want to thank you, too. I'll give you a call.
Actually, I'm going to be out to dinner, so you can just leave a message with Margot.
No, I really, I'd like to let you know firsthand. I'll keep trying till I get you. You know, none of this would have been possible without you. From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you.
I hope Bob Hughes is going to be all right.
Poor Franny. This has been such a rough year for her. And now this.
What do you mean, a rough year?
Well, I guess it's no secret, but she was really in love with Courtney's brother, Sean, and he hurt her really bad. That's why I just keep hoping things will work out for her with Larry. He's such a great guy, and she deserves somebody who'll treat her right. You know, I think I'm going to read for a little while and then go to sleep. I'll see you guys in the morning.
Okay, Dana.
Help yourself. Take two.
Good night.
Good night.
Well, I guess I better head back to the hotel. Let you get some sleep. And let me get you into bed.
No, that's okay. I'll call the nurse later when I'm ready.
Well, you never minded me carrying your bed before the accident. Have I lost my touch?
No, but a lot of things have changed since then.
Hey, we still got each other. We love each other. We've got the rest of our lives together.
Daryl,
What?
I think I'll read for a little while. Would you mind getting my book for me?
Your wish is my command. Oh, this looks like a saucy one. Hey, I'll see you first thing bright and early tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
I love you.
I love you too.
Okay. Sleep tight. Carolyn, after everything we've gone through this last year, a little bit of frustration is a small price to pay for having you alive and feeling so positive about life again. Please, just put it out of your mind, all right?
Why didn't I think to tell Joyce what was going on? Then she could have warned Sabrina.
Honey, you have enough on your mind right now. Besides, Sabrina said that she would call back, and when she does, Joyce will tell her to call the hospital. Then you can tell her yourself about Bob. Honey, I do think that's better, don't you?
Damn it, why did I ever listen to Kruger? If I'd have flown right back here from Edinburgh, he could have arrested Reyes right away, and none of this would have ever happened.
Why didn't you, Duncan?
Because I made a bloody deal with Kruger that I felt I had to honor.
Wait a minute. Why don't you start at the beginning? And remember, my client is volunteering this information.
All right. Well, you know that Kruger and I were digging into Tonio and Terrell's connection into Stenbeck's money. Kruger found out that Brandon Kendall kept all his sensitive and secret documents in a state-of-the-art vault in his basement in Edinburgh. In return for that information, he made me promise that after we broke into the vault, I wouldn't act until...
Hold on. Did you say you broke into Brandon Kendall's vault?
We broke into it because I knew the proof was in there.
And you think that makes it okay to commit a criminal act?
Well, if you want to charge me with something...
Wait, we can discuss this later, right, Tom? Why don't you just go on with what you were saying, Duncan?
All right, so Kruger made me wait in Edinburgh while he flew to Toronto to face Terrell the next morning with the fact that we had the goods on him.
Why in God's name would he do that instead of contacting the authorities?
I don't know. Why don't you ask Kruger? Anyway, then he called me and gave me the green light, so I hopped on Lucinda's jet and flew back here. In the meantime, Terrell called Tonio and told him what was going on.
And then Terrell shot himself.
What?
Richard Terrell is dead. Suicide.
Margot, phone.
Excuse me.
I wonder if Tonio knows that Terrell is dead. Because if he doesn't, he may be on the way to Toronto right now.
Well, I don't know. I think it's more than likely he's on his way to Montega.
Well, it makes good sense, Matt, considering Montega hasn't signed any kind of an extradition agreement with the U.S. And considering Tonio's part in the first revolution down there, he's probably a hero. They're probably throwing him a ticker tape parade.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that if Tonio did go down to Montega, there's nothing we can do to bring him back here to make him pay for what he did to Daddy?
That's exactly what I'm saying, Franny. And if Sabrina's with him, she has to come back on her own free will, or our hands are tied.
Are you seriously considering taking some of that money that was in the Swiss bank accounts that's your dad's?
If somebody offered you millions of dollars, what would you do?
If I knew it was drug money, I'd refuse it. Want something, Sal?
Okay, that was Joel Higgins. We were right. Sabrina is with Tonio. A private jet was leased under her name. Left Oakdale at 5 p.m. this evening. Destination, Cartagena, Montega.
I only wish I had known you were coming, Senor Tonio. I would have arranged a real hero's welcome for you.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't know I was coming. I would have been embarrassed.
He is far too modest, Senorita Hughes. So now, tell me what has brought you home again.
It's Ramon Avila. He was in a car accident.
Senor Ramon? I had no idea. I saw him just a week ago in Cartagena. How is he?
When I saw him at the hospital, he was in stable condition. His prognosis is good. Thank God there were no internal injuries.
You saw him too, señorita?
No. Tonio felt it was best for me to stay in the rental car.
Well, there's so much looting in the city still. I was afraid the car wouldn't be there when we got back.
Our country still has not fully recovered. Well, I know you both must be tired. I hope you will be comfortable here.
Oh, I'm sure we will be.
I will see you at breakfast then. It is an honor to have you both here.
Thank you.
Buenas noches.
Thank you. This is lovely, and I really must phone home now. Where's the phone?
Oh, there is no telephone. I forgot. They haven't restored the service this far out of the city.
Oh, no, I knew I should have phoned before we left Cartagena.
No, it's my fault. I should have followed your suggestion. But you saw how bad the roads were. I just wanted to get an early start. I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize.
I'm not apologizing for that. I'm apologizing for bringing you here in the first place. It's just, I remember this place with such fondness. The traveling merchants that used to deal with the plantations here used to stay in these cottages.
Tonio, please don't feel that I'm finding fault. I'm very happy to be here with you. Very happy.
And now, I think I'm going to slip into something more comfortable, as they say.
Something I bought you.
But of course. I'll be right back. Darling, do you know where the towels are?
Well, I've left messages for Sawyer everywhere I can think of. Well, yes, I'd prefer to have him with me. He knows Montega like a native. Well, if I can't get a hold of him, I'll just have to go down there on my own. And I will have Craig to help me. I will, Lucinda. And good luck to you with your meeting with DeWitt. And thanks again for use of the jet. Bye.
I don't believe you're seriously considering going down there.
Roast beef, thank you.
Duncan,
That's
would you
wonderful.
leave
My
Tonio to
favorite.
the authorities?
What authorities? You heard Tom Hughes. We can't extradite him. There's no way to get him out of there unless someone goes down there and
So it has to be you?
Yes, it has to be me. He murdered Shannon. And Colin. And what about Blake? You'd like to see Reyes pay for that, wouldn't you? And what about Sabrina? God knows what he's going to do to her if someone doesn't go down there and help her. Jessica, I know that you believe in justice above all else. If there is a shred of justice left in the world, a man like Tonio Reyes cannot be allowed to commit cold-blooded murder and walk away a free man.
Hello. Yes, he is. Hold on a second.
McKechnie. Sawyer, where the bloody hell have you been? Well, never mind. How soon can you meet me in Montega?
Are you telling me there's no legal way they can arrest Tonio in Montega and send him back here?
Montega hasn't signed any kind of an extradition agreement with the United States. I mean, the best we can do is hope that Sabrina gets to a phone and finds out what happened at home and then is able to get away from Tonio. I feel so helpless in this whole thing.
I've got to get going. I've got an early shift tomorrow. Oh, did Daryl call you at the hospital?
Oh, yeah. He said everything went really well in Chicago.
Good. Well, I hope it works out, because they'll make wonderful parents. Good night,
Bye-bye.
guys. Bye, Tom.
See you later.
Remember that talk we had about finding yourself attracted to someone other than your spouse?
Yeah, as I recall, you said it wasn't the attraction that was right or wrong. It's what you did about it.
It's brandy, isn't it?
I hope Darryl and Carolyn get lucky. Nothing like having a kid of your own. There's nothing that brings a husband and wife closer together.
I really believe that once we have a child of our own to look forward to, some of the pressure will be off. It'll be easier for me to relax. I know you've been feeling frustrated. I do care about you, Daryl, and I still want to be your friend. But because of that wedding band you're wearing, that's all we can ever be.
How you doing?
I'll be doing better when I know that Daddy's regained consciousness and we find something out about Sabrina. Hey, thanks for hanging around today.
I'll always be here if you need me, Franny. You know that.
Honey, I really should get going. I promised Mrs. Myers that I wouldn't be too late. Would you walk me out to my car, please?
Sure. You know, I overheard Duncan say that Gavin's very worried about you. Maybe you should give him a call. I would love to walk you out, Mom, but I've got to talk to Susan.
Let me know what's going on, okay? Please.
He still hasn't regained consciousness.
I knew I should have stayed down in the lab. I just had to see him.
You know, Susan, Aunt Kim should be back any minute now.
I know. I'll be heading on home. Listen, would you call me if there are any changes?
You got it. What time does your flight leave tomorrow?
Well, I'm not going. I've postponed my trip. You look so weak.
Well, Susan, I cannot believe you are still here.
You know, nothing you could say to me could hurt me more than the sight of Bob in there.
Are you going in to see Dad now? Tell him I love him. I will.
We will, dear.
Honey, it's Kim. Can you hear me, sweetheart? Your mother's here. And Mac. John looks like... I think he opened his eyes a bit.
Bob, can you hear me?
Kim?
Excuse me. Bob, it's Mac. I know you're weak. I don't want you to answer me if it's too much of a strain. But if you can, nod your head. Did Tonio Reyes do this to you?
Yes.
Well, Lucinda's jet's ready. I have to go. Oh, Jessica, don't look at me like that. That's the same look Shannon had when she begged me not to go after Lilith.
And we both know she was right.
Jessica, please try to understand.
Duncan, I do understand, but... Oh, I guess there really is no point in me trying to talk you out of it, is there?
No. So, wish me well. Oh, Jess, I swear to you, as soon as I get this taken care of, I will never, ever do anything that will cause that look in your eyes.
Just come back, safe.
You take care. I'll be back before you know it. I'm warning you, Reyes. I won't rest until I find the proof the police need to put you away for life. I'm going to see to it that one day, very soon, you suffer every bit as much as Shannon did before she died.
Good morning, my love. Did you have a bad dream? You look a million miles away.
I was just thinking about my friend. Seeing him in the hospital yesterday made me realize just how precious life is and how quickly you can lose someone you care about.
Well, you never lose me, Ducky.
I don't know about you, but I'm famished. What do you say we go to the main house for some breakfast? And then I really must find a telephone and ring my family, and also I'd like to ring Craig and Sierra and let them know we're down here.
Well, thanks for calling again, Daryl. I appreciate it. Yeah, we know that Sabrina flew to Montega with Tonio last night, but she still doesn't know that he was the one that shot Daddy.
I gotta get over to the courthouse, Dad. I'll be back.
No, don't.
No, just save your strength. Don't talk. I love you. I'll see you later.
We have to clear the room for a moment.
Tom, you ready to go back to the courthouse now? I'll walk you out to the car.
I'll get back to the station. Sweetheart.
You know, I really appreciate, I appreciate everybody being here, but you really should go on about your days. I know you have business to take care of, and you have classes.
I'm not going to leave you here alone, Mom.
I'm not going to be alone. I promise I will keep you posted the minute anything happens.
I want to open up this IV a little bit more.
Do you still want to keep up the triple antibiotic?
Yeah, most definitely I do.
I'll give another dose.
I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye, sweetie.
I thought Susan was leaving for California this morning.
Well, Paul said that she had postponed it.
What's wrong?
It's just Alex dropped. I'm going to open these IVs. I want to elevate the feet and get the blood flowing to the brain. Come on, Bob. He's dropping below 60. Come on, hold on now. Hold on, Bob.
Stay tuned for Guiding Light, next on most of these CBS stations. Furs by Christie Brothers. Join us tomorrow for As the World Turns.
This is CBS.